All right, shalom, shalom, boys here. Uh, well, I was recently reading a report that said that 80% of Americans will not be able to experience the American dream as it has been defined, where you can go to school, get a good education, get a good job, you can become successful, you can uh, purchase a nice home, you can drive a nice car, and you can pretty much, live your life. You can take the 2 vacations a year. You can send your children off to college. This is the quote unquote American dream. And what we've come to find, and especially what Americans today are coming to find, is that the American dream has now become the American nightmare with all of the inflation, uh, crime in the cities, the cost of living going up, the inability to qualify for mortgages, the inability to even maintain the home and maintain insurance on the home. Look at it. Look at what's going on in Florida. The insurance rates are practically just through the roof. And what's going to happen and what has been happening uh, over the past year or so is that the American dream is going to have to be redefined. What do I mean by that? The old way of thinking is going out the window because of the shrinking of the middle class. People are just not going to be able to afford the lifestyle that they once held previously. I'm seeing this time and time again. I recently did a video talking about polygyny, and I was interviewing a woman, just talking about polygyny and, why it may be challenging for her and everything. And come to find out, this woman is now destitute. She's homeless through an unfortunate accident or an unfortunate scenario where her basement apartment got flooded. And now uh, she has nothing. All her clothes, all her belongings is destroyed. And, essentially she has nowhere to live, or she has nowhere to live where she's going to have a warm bed to sleep on. Um, and it's pretty sad. Low paying job. Uh, this is what's happening, and people are just not preparing. People are just not seeing what's going on because the average American has a serious problem with the normalcy bias. They think that just because things are going on, that things are going to continue. Uh, and they're going to be able to maintain themselves. And what we're experiencing on a macro as well as micro level is that you're one disaster, you're one paycheck away from the streets, you're one a car accident, you're one alternator blowout from the streets, and you warn people time and time again that this is taking place, and unfortunately, people just don't want to hear it. And then stuff like this happen, and uh, you have no friends, you have nobody that you can rely on. Uh, and this is why I tell people to prepare all the time because anything can happen. There's this movie that came out on Netflix that everybody's talking about, Leave the World Behind, and I suggest that people go and see it because from a perspective of the guy Danny, the prepper, the survivalist that was in the movie that understood and that prepared for the changing in times. He understood and he prepared. And this is what we're seeing today on many different levels because uh, people are not experiencing, we're not experiencing a societal collapse yet. What we're experiencing is the individual collapse of people's economies as to where they are no longer able to afford the cost of living. And one natural disaster, one flood, one hurricane, um, they're out on the streets and they have no recourse. They have no fallback. And so, going to my original point, the American dream is going to have to be redefined. And what you're seeing now is a trend that people are more and more interested in the idea of moving out into the country, growing food, uh, becoming more self-sufficient, becoming debt-free. Tiny homes are the whole tiny home phenomena is blowing up. I have several on the land myself, and I'll be developing another one soon. But you're going to see the new American dream is going to be self-sufficiency. And for the few of those, and I mean very few, that understood what was going on and was able to take the resources that we had and convert them into real things like land, seeds, silver, gold, food, ammo, all of these things that's going to maintain its purchasing power, nails, screws, tools to build. Those are going to be the new wealthy. Those are going to be the new middle class. Those are going to be the new upper, middle class, because the American dream is being redefined. People are no longer going to be able to afford to live the normal life that they once lived, i.e., paying rent, paying a car note, paying insurance, paying all of these bills. People are just one alternator blowout, one broken leg away from homelessness and destitute poverty. And this is why I say over and over again, be debt-free and financially independent. Few people are going to get it and understand it, but the old American dream, or the American dream that has been defined, is out the window. It's dead. And more people are realizing that and getting it. You know, it's pretty sad to see someone that you've attempted to warn or even help or assist, and they chose to not heed the warning, and now calamity has come upon them. And now there's no help. There's no assistance because they receive not the love of the truth. And what you're going to see now is that, a lot of people are being turned over to this reprobate mind because they don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear what they want to hear, and it's just not going to work out for them. It's not working out for them. I'm seeing this time and time and time again. People that thought that they were stable, thought that they knew what they were doing, and rejected the knowledge and the wisdom, or the course that you said, hey man, maybe you want to go this way or go this way, and they rejected it, and now they're suffering. And I wish suffering and I wish pain and destitution on no one, but people are making their bed and they're going to have to lay in it. It's very unfortunate. Nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about those people. But for those who are aware and prepared, continue to stay encouraged. Continue to focus on your water. Continue to focus on your food stocks. Continue to focus on your infrastructure projects. Continue to focus on your skill sets to be self-sufficient. Continue to focus on these things, because these are the things that are going to set you and your family apart from total destitution and poverty. Because when you got to come hat in hand to a FEMA camp, it's a pretty sad deal, because at that point in time, it's sad. It's sad what we're seeing happen in this country. With the crime, with the immigrant crisis, the migration crisis that we have. I mean, it's just all right there in your face. And hey, what do you do? What do you do? But for those who are aware and prepared, continue to do so. In the end, we win, because definitely the meek shall inherit the earth.